And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Eagles and the reigning Super Bowl champs, and it comes your way next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And we are underway from Houston. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game, bottom line. May not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Wheatley. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And when you see a screen pass as a defender, you see the ball floating in the air like that, you have to think to yourself, that can buy a little extra time if I bust my tail to get over there. If I avoid those blockers, I can go make the play behind the line of scrimmage, as he just did there.
On 3rd down, Wheatley. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
The Eagles send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
But when I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year.
Yeah,
you guys
right.
had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
Well, he got touchdowns, I got picks. I like going back watching the film with you, and we thought it was a good performance in person. Obviously was, but you thought even better on tape. It was really something to watch.
Yeah, but I love was how he spread it around. A lot of people involved in the passing offense. 4 touchdown passes culminated it.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll look to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders have intercepted.
Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
On 1st and 10, Wheatley.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
To throw on 2nd down, Wheatley. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Second and 11.
Back to throw, Wheatley.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He has a big thank you to say to his defense. He threw the interception, then boom, the defense gets it back.
But the ebb and flow of a game is something else, isn't it? But you made an excellent point. A big thanks is owed to that defense. They went out there on what we call sudden change after a turnover and didn't give up anything. In fact, took the ball away and set them up again. Really nicely done.
So a clean slate and a mulligan.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Oh, battled at the line and intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. To throw on third down, Wheatley. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Shaw. And out of bounds right around the 20. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And this one is right through. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Houston set to take over.
To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now we'll look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the C's opened up for him.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense. You've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him, or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
On 1st down, it's French, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. That's French. And he has another 1st down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 36.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
They'll run on 1st down. Haskins. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Armadillos have moved out in front.
Well, they had gone run the previous play. Nice little setup. This time they go play action. Defense bites a bit, and they hit for a big play in the end zone.
So they sold it really well, didn't they? Because of just what you described. They ran it the previous play, come back with the same action, and now they step back and throw it and get a big play for a touchdown. But what happens as a defensive back is your eyes have to go to the right place. You always hear Coach talk about, are your eyes in the right spot? Well, this time the eyes went to the play action. It froze their feet. They weren't moving, and he went on past them and caught the pass for a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Throwing to start the drive. Wheatley throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lindsay. Second down at 4. Operating from the gun. Wheatley. And he gets this in the hands of Mixon. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Mixon with a first down carry. And given 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Yeah, baby. The numbers for Mixon last week, 19 carries, 5 yards past 100, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. An option handoff here to Mixon. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 near the 37. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Second and 14. From the gun, Wheatley. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Off the play fake. Wheatley. In trouble, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Wheatley airing it out deep for Smith. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play there for Philly. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw. Wheatley. So no gain on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
On 3rd down, Wheatley, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. And hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Houston's offense taking over again. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or 2nd seed come playoff time.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. On 1st down, French. And he stopped immediately there.
Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively.
On 2nd down now, it's French. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. That's French. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down, it's French. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. And Graham's got it. Complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. There wasn't even thought of a short field goal. There was no hesitation. They were going for it.
I think he was thinking ahead a couple plays ago, that if he got in this situation, they were definitely going for it. And you're right. It was a confident call and a decisive run to pick it up.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. And he'll give it here to his running back. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw here. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Brings up 4th and goal.
And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Throwing on 1st down. Wheatley. Pressure comes and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Operating from the gun. Wheatley. This goes out wide for Mixon. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. From the gun. Wheatley. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now out comes Houston.
And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset. I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The offense on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now here's a throw. It's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
That's good. First down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's French. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over in that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Back to throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's long. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Harrington. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll look to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Again, he'll drop to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there as as the first half is winding down.
And the Armadillos will extend their lead here just before halftime.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And the result, a Houston touchdown.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
An option handoff here to Mixon.
And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The final shot before break. Wheatley. He's going to float this over the middle, deep.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute. But first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And it's the Falcons who are out in front in the second quarter. The Falcons locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, let's head up to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. A couple of touchdown passes there for Joe Burrow. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And that game has gone to halftime with the visiting Cardinals out on top. The Cardinals trying to finish that one off and claim victory. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for our home team, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told him, guys, if he wants to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
He finds his man, complete. That's Harrington. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Harrington. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
On 2nd down now, it's French. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Throw left side complete. That's long. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the 2nd half.
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Looking to throw. Wheatley, he's going to float this one deep right side. And this time will be intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his man complete. That's French. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
On 2nd down, it's French. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They'll keep it on the ground. French fights through it. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. With touchdown number 20 on the air. And the Armadillos take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Now the and the lead is up to 18 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And to cap it off, a touchdown run of 20 yards. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
On 1st down, Wheatley firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. A handoff to Mixon. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Off play action. Wheatley. Under pressure, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, on that one, they go with the play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. This is Smith with a grab. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 37-yard line. Back to throw. Wheatley. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against it.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
But no takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Wheatley.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the 2nd one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
Now comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Being chased out left.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's French. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They'll run on first down. It's French. 98 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. They'll keep it on the ground. French, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. On third down, it's French. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be fourth down and a few inches. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
It would appear Sean Payton's made the decision here. They will go for it on fourth. They'll try and run for it. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him. They come up short here on fourth down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think I wasn't a quarterback. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the defense. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
It reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
On first down, French. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Now back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's French. That catch good for only a couple. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Harrington. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. On third down, it's French. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Looking to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. He's got daylight. He's at the 40, the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
A try here for the extra point. And it is good. That cuts the lead now to 11, 24-13 our score. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taken in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
After the pick-6, they go right back to the air. He finds his man, complete. That's long. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. French. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
142 yards rushing for him so far this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 3rd down, it's French. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Harrington. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Kenneth Murray came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. In this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. A tough time to take the sack. Now it's 4th and goal, and that's a loss of 6. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And his kick is good.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wheatley. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd down. Wheatley. Can't get away, and he's taken down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Back to throw. Wheatley. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big play there on the catch and run.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Wheatley going for it all. And it's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Wheatley. And this is going to be incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Wheatley letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
They'll keep it on the ground. French. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for 1 more 1st down to help salt this one away. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and that will come the offense as they take over.
So now the Eagles down on the scoreboard, and time, a huge factor. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Connecting with Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 1st and 10, Wheatley. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. That catch good for only a couple. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wheatley.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He finds his running back, Mixon. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Wheatley. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. It's caught. Smith. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now it's about taking the ball away, taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the home team here, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.